Okay, next thing. This is just kind of a review right here of these first three problems of where we're at so far with these polynomials. Now right here you got a minus, so if you got a minus, we're not going to be doing any of this rainbow stuff with the multiplication, so no multiplying, okay? Okay, so what I do when I don't have to multiply, what I need to do is spot my highest power, and then the whole thing, it's a 3. So I go blank x to the third plus blank x to the second plus blank x plus blank. Now that's a minus, but I want it to be a plus, okay? And then I make everything here opposite, so that would be positive 4. That 3 is going to be negative. That big 5 is now negative, and that 6 is now negative, okay? So positive 4, negative 3, negative 5, negative 6. Okay, now I look for x to the thirds. I don't have any here, okay? But I do have one right there. It's a positive 4. Just drop it, so that's gone. Now x to the seconds. I have the 3x to the second, and we have the negative 3. Well, if I add 3 plus negative 3, that's 0, okay? Add those, you can take that out, okay? So we cross those out, though. They're gone. Regular x's, I have a negative 4. If you want to make it plus negative, go for it, but it is negative 4 and a negative 5. So we add those. Negative 4 plus negative 5 is negative 9. So that's gone, and then numbers without x's, we have the 3 and the negative 6. So again, I'm going to be adding 3 to negative 6, negative 3. That's all you do when you don't have to multiply, really, okay? All right, then the next one. Now you have times. Negative 1x to the fifth times negative 9x to the fifth plus 5x plus 13. So we start with the rainbows. So I've got negative 1x to the fifth times negative 9x to the fifth. I've got negative 1x to the fifth times 5x. And I've got negative 1x to the fifth times 13. So I find all these products. So that's 9. 5 plus 5 is 10. 9x to the 10th. Okay, negative 1 times 5 is negative 5. Now they both have x's. That's a 5 plus 1, and that's 6. Negative 1 times 13 is negative 13. Now only one of these has an x, but it is to the 5th power, so then my product has x to the 5th. Now if you look at those powers, they're all different. Okay, so you don't add anything. You just keep them all separate. So we got 9x to the 10th plus negative 5x to the 6th plus negative 13x to the 5th, and that's my answer. Okay, we don't add any of them. Now here we got 1y plus 6 times, if there's no parenthesis, if there's no sign, it's a times 1y minus 5, and that's a negative 5. So we need to 1y times 1y, 1y times negative 5, and that's done. 6 times 1y, and then 6 times negative 5. Okay? So, this right here, I'm going to write the answers here. 1 times 1 is 1. 1 plus 1 is 2. I didn't give myself much room. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5, and I just have the regular y on that one factor, so it's a y. 6 times 1 is 6, only the regular y, and then negative 30. Now, as I look through these, those two are like terms, because they just both have regular y. So we got 1y to the second. Negative 5 plus 6, we add those, and that's 1y, and then the negative 30, okay, and that's what we have. Eventually we're going to have to go from here back to here. Sounds complicated, but it's really made easy if you follow some steps, but that's a long way away. Here we got 4y plus minus 3, that's a negative 3, times 1y to the second, plus 8y, and then plus negative 6. Another times problem. Well, here, these are the longest problems because you got to take 4y times 1y to the second. I got to take 4y times 8y. And then I got to take 4y times negative 6. Then the 4y is done, but then I still got the negative 3, so I got to take negative 3 times 1y to the second, negative 3 times 8y, and then negative 3 times negative 6. Okay? Now you find your products. 4 times 1 is 4. 1 plus 2 is 3. Okay? 32. And then 1 plus 1 is 2. Negative 24, and then that only one factor has a y. It's just a regular y, so I put that there. Negative 3 times 1 is negative 3. Only one factor has a y. It's to the second power. Negative 3 times 8 is negative 24. All that has is a y, regular y. And then we have 18. Okay? Okay, so I have I have several things. That's my only y to the third, okay? So I write 4y to the third. Y to the seconds, I've got this and I've got this. So I need to add those two, 32 and negative 3, because they both got those second powers. 32 plus negative 3 is 29. Now what a lot of people will do is they'll add the 2's. Don't, okay? You're done adding at this point. Don't add the little powers anymore once you're here. So y to the second, okay? Now for regular y's, I have a negative 24 and a negative 24. Those have to be added because y and y. So negative 24 plus negative 24 is negative 48. And then the last, we just have the 18. Okay, so there's my product. Not real fun. Now, negative r plus 7, negative 1r plus 7 times 2r to the second minus 1r, that's a negative 1r, and a negative 9. So again, same thing. I got negative 1r times 2r to the second, negative 1r times negative 1r, then negative 1r times negative 9. Then 7 times 2r to the second, 7 times negative 1r, and then 7 times negative 9. Okay? Alright, so what I need to do now is multiply them. Negative 2, 1 plus 2 is 3. Positive 1, 1 plus 1 is 2. Positive 9, all we have is the r, the regular r. 7 times 2 is 14. All we have there is the r to the second, so negative 7, that's just r, and then negative 63. Okay, so r to the third, that's your only one you have there, so we just write it. R to the seconds, I've got the 1 and the 14. 1 plus 14 is 15, but don't add the 2's. It's just 15 r to the second. Okay, regular r's, I've got 9 and negative 7, so that's 2. Okay, 9 plus negative 7 is 2. That's r. And then the minus 63, or plus negative 63. Okay, then on the back side, what we have here, y plus 6 is second power. So I got this plus here. And what that plus means is you have a sum to the second power. What you do is you need to get rid of the second power, make a times, and just duplicate that parentheses so it's y plus 6. Okay, so those are going to be 1's, and I multiply. Okay, 1y times 1y, 1y times 6, 6 times 1y, and 6 times 6. Okay, so that's 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. That's 6, and that's going to be 6y, just regular y. That's 6, and then just 6y, and that's 36. Okay, so those two guys can be added. They're like terms. So I got the 1y to the second. 6 plus 6 is 12y, and then the 36. Okay, n minus 11 to the second. Again, a difference is the same as a sum, so we get, not the same, that was stupid. A difference is the same idea, okay? When you have a difference to the second power, you're just going to replicate it. you're going to put 1s in front, and remember that those 11s are negative, okay? So I take 1n times 1n. I take 1n times negative 11. Negative 11 times 1n, and negative 11 by negative 11. Okay? So that's 1, and then 1 plus 1 is 2. You add the powers after you multiply the big numbers. Negative 11, that's going to be just n. Another negative 11, that's going to be just n, and then 121. Okay? Now those two are the ones we add. That's your only n to the second, but I need to add. I need to take negative 11 plus negative 11. That's negative 22n. And then plus 121. There's the answer, kind of cluttered. Okay, now I get some workspace. 2y plus 5. Again, another sum to the second power. Just so 2y plus 5. Entire sums and differences to a power, you just replicate them. So 2y by 2y. 2y by 5. 5 by 2y. And 5 by 5. So that's 4, and then y to the second. That's 10 with a y. That's 10 with a y, and that's 25. Those are like terms, okay? So we add. So 4y to the second. 10 plus 10 is 20y, and then plus 25. Okay, and then the last one, I've got 1m minus 6, negative 6, times 1m plus 6. Okay, now you're like, why are you putting this one? Seems kind of odd. It seems pretty basic. Well, here's what I'm going to show you. 1m times 6, that's dead. Negative 6 times 1m, and negative 6 times 6. Okay, so 1 plus 1 is 2. 6, and that's just an m. Negative 6, that's just an m. And then negative 36. Well, a funny thing happens here. I got the 1m to the second, but if I add 6 and negative 6, that's 0. So what I do is I don't put anything. Okay, I just cross those out, and I've just got the negative 36, so minus 36. Okay.